we doing, guys? Welcome to a video from me, the first in quite a while. This is just another kind of quick update, guys, on my last video that I posted when I was on holiday. For any of you that's been kind of keeping up to date with what I've been doing, which hasn't been very much, job wise I was given a bit of bad news. I moved to a new company and I've been told that my job will not exist, and therefore I'm on 45 days consultation. I do have an interview lined up. I think it's going to be this week. I was given the news, I was given the wonderful news the actual day before I was due to go away. Which now, getting news like that, there's a few guys on YouTube. I know James, Monkey Spies 5000. I think there's somebody else as well. They've all been through the same situation. Getting that kind of news is never fun. There's never a good time to get that kind of news. But getting it the day before a holiday that you've been looking forward to and saving for 4 years is a bit of a kicker. Yeah, you could look at it from the point of view, well, I had a fantastic holiday to kind of forget about it. And don't get me wrong, guys, I don't mind admitting, the day I got the news on the Thursday, is it Thursday the 9th of October, we went out for a meal, and my wife and daughter, they were so super excited about the holiday, and I just felt like somebody had told me I had cancer and I had 2 weeks to live. I was in a complete downer. And my wife's one of these people, she's like, well, you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. There's nothing you can do about it. It's out with your control. So, you know, we're not going to, I don't want this holiday spoiled. And she was absolutely right. And, you know, when I went on holiday, I had an absolute ball. And yeah, the first 2-3 days, it was always there. It was always there. Funny, you look at people and everybody, it's a weird situation to be in. Everybody you see, from young kids, you know, not young kids, but kids old enough to work, right up there, you look at everybody and think, they've got a job, I haven't, and it's not a pleasant thing. I really hope that you guys don't have to go through this. It's a very common thing, unfortunately, in today's sort of the society that we live in nowadays. You know, companies, you are only a number at the end of the day. There's very few companies who really care about their employees. If they can, it's all about cutting costs and saving money, and if they can produce and give the same level of service for less money by getting rid of you and other people, then they'll do it. And that's the sad reality of life, unfortunately. But anyway, again, I'm not wanting this video, that was just a quick update. I'm supposed to have an interview. They were supposed to be holding interviews last week. Obviously I've been away, so they told me I would get my interview this week. They actually want to announce who's got the jobs by this coming Friday. Now, I sent an email to the guy who's meant to be interviewing me today, and so far I've not had a response, so that's wonderful. But anyway, so that's the job situation, guys. Until that's settled, as I've said before, it's hard to really get focused on anything. I mean, as people, anyone that watches my videos, you'll know that as well as being a big retro gaming fan, I also enjoy running. I do a lot of long distance running, and I must admit, I mean, alright, I was on holiday and it was difficult to get out and run with the temperatures and it wasn't really safe to do so, but I've completely lost the will and the incentive to go out and do these things. I think it would be very easy to kind of start wallowing in your own self-pity, and that's a kind of dangerous road to go down, because when you start that, then it's, you know, it can lead to worse things like depression, and that's something I've never had before. Touch wood, I hope I never do get it, but it is easy to think too much about things. In the scale of life, it's just a job. I'll struggle by, you know, if I don't get a job right away, I've got mortgage protection. My mortgage will be paid for, I think it's a year. We'll probably have to cut back on things. There'll be no spending. I mean, I'm really hoping I don't have to sell off my collection. So Brian, appreciate the 50 quid offer for the MAME card, mate. But I'll get back to you. But seriously, I really hope I don't have to start selling off any of my collection. To be honest, my collection isn't worth that much. You know, if I sold everything and I won her, I might get, I don't know, £1,000. How long is that going to keep us going for? So yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to do that, but I certainly won't be buying anything. The only things I'm buying, it was my birthday when I was on holiday, and so I was given money, and I'm going to make a point of buying myself something, because if somebody's good enough to give you a birthday present, the last thing you want to do is, hang on, I'm going to turn the brightness up in that TV. Where's this? The remote control. That's better, it just gives a bit of light. I don't want to be using birthday money to pay a bloody buy food or something, so I'm going to treat myself to a couple of PS4 games, I think. So yeah, that's that. That's the job situation, but I said I'm doing my best to not let it get me down, because it is, at the end of the day, it's only a job. There's far worse things in life, like illness and that kind of stuff, and I know I will get another job. I mean, I've got an interview for a role within the company that I'm with at the moment. Fingers crossed I'll get one of them, but I don't know. It's just all up in the air just now. But I'll rest assured, guys, once I find out, I shall let you know. So once, I think, until I know where I stand with the job and that, videos are going to be a bit scarce, just because I can't really get my mind into it at the moment. I mean, I came back last night. I didn't come back last night. I came back on whatever day it was, Saturday. And one of the first things I did was I had a game of Robotron. I just needed to vent off a wee bit, and playing a game of Robotron was excellent. It was really helped. But yeah, my mind and heart just aren't in games at the moment, and making videos is something that's kind of pretty far away from my things to do just now. I need to concentrate all my efforts on getting another job. Once that happens, hopefully, then things will start to return to normal. But then I do know also it's nice to have things like video games just to take your mind off things, because you can't be thinking about things 24/7. So anyway, I'm rabbiting on about the job far too much. That's the job situation, guys. I've got an interview hopefully this week. I shall find out on Friday whether I have the job. I don't actually think I've got a hope in hell of getting it. I think it's probably already, there's somebody's name in the box already. But there is a further role I can apply for, which I won't find out about until the end of November. So it's going to drag on until at least the end of November. So I'll keep you up to date anyway, guys. And I really do appreciate. I've had some really nice comments. It's really heartening. Now, this whole YouTube thing, when you start off making videos, you're putting them out to the public. You don't know anybody. I mean, anybody that comments, you don't know them from Adam. It's just, they're just faceless, they're just names. But over the period, I've started to build up a group of people that I'm sort of becoming familiar with. And when you see them putting nice comments about, you know, posted about my job video that I put up last week, wishing me all the best, it's really heartening, and I really do, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, guys, appreciate your support. I know you'll stick with me. And somebody actually said, and I do understand what they mean, they say that it's nice to see the real side to a YouTuber. It's far too easy just to watch somebody playing video games, and you know, you don't really get to know the person. I mean, I'm one of these guys, I think I mentioned in my comment back to him, I wear my heart on my sleeve, you know, I tell you how it is. And guys that are watching this, you people are watching this, I look upon you as friends. I mean, not that I don't know you in real life, but you know, you're still part of my life, I'm part of your life. I like to think I give something back to you, and I really do appreciate the nice comments and the support. Because when you're having shit times, we all have shit times in life, whether it's money, whether it's job, whether it's a marriage breakdown, divorce, you know, a death in the family, anything. We all have times where you get really pissed off and you need support, and just having people saying that they're thinking about you or wishing you the best, that does make a difference. I know it might not sound, it doesn't contribute to you fixing the problem, but it really does make a difference knowing that there's people out there thinking about it. So yeah, thanks for that, guys. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to pause this for a second, guys. Okay, right, enough about the job front. I'll keep you up to date with that. Holiday. My God, where did I start? It was very much a theme park holiday. We went to Disney World, we went to Disney Hollywood, we went to Universal Studios, and we went to Universal Islands of Adventure, I think it's called. I was actually very lucky enough to go to Disneyland, which is in California, in 1975, believe it or not. It was a family holiday we had. My auntie lived out there. My mum and dad saved up for literally 10 years to take us out there. So I went to Disneyland, and I had an amazing time. Now I must admit, going back, that was 1975, that would be 40 years, 39 years, bloody hell, 39 years ago I was there. So 39 years later, I was back there again. It wasn't Disneyland, it was Disney World, which is in Florida, which is a bit bigger. But I have to say that the rides, they hadn't changed that much. Now they were probably way ahead of their time back in 1975, but I felt that although it's still, you know, way better than anything you've got in the UK, way better than Blackpool, they're not as up to scratch as some of the stuff that like Universal Studios are putting out. I mean, we had a great time. We went to Disney World for one day, we went to the Magic Kingdom, what the hell was it, Toy Story and all that kind of stuff, Pirates of the Caribbean wasn't even working, Haunted Mansion, all these things. They're good fun, they're really good fun. They tend to kind of use animatronics rather than sort of like 3D images. It's all kind of robots, and some of them were really good. We had a great day, had fantastic weather, although it did pish down for a wee while. But then we went to Disney Hollywood, which had things like, what did they have? Pixar. They had bloody hell, they had the Tower of Terror. That's that big. You go up in a lift, and then it suddenly plummets, or it goes right up. Then the doors open, and you're looking right out, I don't know, 100 metres above the ground, and then it just fucking falls, and you shit yourself. So they had that. They also had, what did they have? The Aerosmith, the rock and roll roller coaster. Now I'm not a roller coaster fan. My daughter is. I mean, she's only 10. She's a bit too small for some of them, unfortunately. But she wanted to go on all the roller coasters where she could. And of course, I had to go on them with her because my wife wouldn't let her go on that on herself. Not that I was going to provide any protection should anything bad happen. If you're on a roller coaster doing 60 miles an hour, there's not a great deal you can actually do should something happen. But anyway, yeah, it was on the roller coaster, Aerosmith, and it's unbelievable. It's just, they're so fast. The thing is, you feel really safe in them. You feel really super safe. Excuse me a second, guys. I just thought my phone made a noise. Not a hunt. Yeah, you feel super safe. It's not like some of the rides you go in Blackpool or rickety and you think, oh, something's going to happen here. So anyway, yep, we're in Disney Hollywood for one day. We're in Magic Kingdom for one day. Disney Hollywood for one day. We'd actually bought tickets just for the 2 days for these, so that's why we're only in each park one day. We had pre-bought unlimited tickets for Universal Studios, Universal Islands of Adventure. They're basically the same, you know, one's got so many rides and one's got so many rides. Then you've got a thing called Aquatica, which is, it's like the best water theme park ever in the world. And then there's also, what was the other one? SeaWorld, which was alright. It's your dolphins and your killer whales. I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, don't get me wrong, really entertaining. I'm not a huge fan of keeping things like killer whales in aquariums. I tend to, that kind of goes against my better judgment, I must admit. Pardon me. But yeah, Universal Studios, if you've never had a chance to go, then save up money and go. What were the rides that I was on? There was a Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. It was a lot of the ones in Universal Studios, they're like 4-dimensional. You're in a cart of some sort. You've got your 3D glasses or 4D glasses, whatever you want to call it, and you get taken on an adventure, and it's mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. I mean, the ones that I was on, there was Shrek 4D, which was a bit old. It was a bit kind of more outdated. I mean, I think it's an older ride. There was Transformers, again, one of these 4D ones. That was incredible. I mean, the sense of being there is just absolutely mind blowing. I know Steve Benway has been doing a lot of features ever since he saw my little video of my Google Cardboard, or Oculus Thrift as I like to call it. Steve's been doing a lot of sort of like VR videos, and I have to admit, you know, the sense of being there in these rides is just absolutely phenomenal. If you go into YouTube and well, you're obviously on YouTube now if you're watching this, and type in my favourite one was Spider-Man. It's just phenomenal. I can't say any more than that. I mean, you're in New York. You've got baddies. They don't just come up to you. They come like up to you. They're in your face. Obviously, you've got things like, you know, I don't even know the characters. Octopus Man, whatever. The guy with the big tentacles. He kind of charges you with electricity, and of course the car shakes. And you've got all the other baddies. You've got like the water effects and air, and you've got fire and this kind of stuff. It's just phenomenal. I mean, we went on that one 3 times. It lasts about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. It's just incredible. I mean, Universal Studios is something everybody's got to do. You know, it's not just for kids, it's for adults as well. So yeah, that was incredible. The Transformers was amazing. It was probably on a par with Spider-Man. I mean, I enjoyed Spider-Man more, but again, the sense, the epicness, if that's a word, of where you are is phenomenal. And of course you've got the robots fighting and they're punching you, and as you're getting punched the whole car's shaking. I mean, it's amazing. The other massive attraction at Universal, which I'm not a big fan of, although the rides again were phenomenal, was Harry Potter. There was two separate rides. Well, there's actually 3 or 4. There was a sort of roller coaster type thing, but there was 2 of the sort of 4D Harry Potter rides. And again, I mean, I was getting a bit motion sickness. You're in this thing, and is it Quidditch or something they call it? You're flying, and you know, you really do believe you're flying. And you know, to the point that it says if you get motion sickness like myself, I mean, there was a couple of points where I was closing my eyes just because the movement, and you know, I thought I was going to be sick. I mean, there's one bit going on about Spider-Man again, where I don't want to spoil it too much, but basically you're at the top of a skyscraper and you get flung off and you just plummet. And if there's anything more realistic than this thing getting plummeted off a building, it would actually be getting plummeted off a building for real. This thing was super realistic. I mean, you were screaming as you were heading down towards the ground. You're screaming because it's just so damn realistic. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, Harry Potter, there was 2 rides in that. If you Google them, I mean, Google Spider-Man Universal Studios, and there's quite a few people have taken videos, even though you shouldn't be. I mean, it would be a bit pointless because it's 3D, but it still gives you, it lets you see what you're going to get, but you have to imagine that you're in this and it's in 3D. Just absolutely phenomenal. Apart from the theme parks, we went to SeaWorld, we went to the water thing, Aquatica. Had an amazing time, really good. The weather was incredible. I've got to say the people in America are so polite. I mean, customer service is just incredible. We could certainly learn a thing or two here in the UK. You know, they literally do bend over backwards, and it's not in a false sense like you sometimes see portrayed in films. They really do go out their way to make sure that you've had the best experience, whether it's going for a burger, going for a drink, going on a ride, whatever it might be. You know, the experience, that the service that they provide is just amazing, absolutely amazing. TV, I was bowled over with the TV. I mean, we had an LCD screen in the TV in the hotel. Every single channel, I don't know how many channels there was, I remember about 100 channels. Every single channel is HD. And it's just, it makes, I've never been a big HD fan because I live in the UK. I don't subscribe to the HD channels, so apart from BBC One, which is HD, 99.9% of my channels are SD, you know, standard definition, so it doesn't bother me. But I must admit, having every channel in HD makes a big difference. It's phenomenal looking. It really is. You know, if you're American and you live in America, you're spoiled rotten. I mean, we're light years behind the States. Same with the cars. I mean, every bugger drives top of the range Mustang or 4x4. You know, every car looks brand new, and I think the prices as well of cars across there are probably, I don't know what they are. You know, I've not bought a new car for a long time. The prices are just incredible compared to the UK. So yeah, if I had the money and things were different, I would move out there in a second. I just think that the standard of living across in the States, I know they have to pay for their you have to pay for medical insurance and that kind of stuff. You don't have an NHS, but I've got to say, it's a different world. It's a completely different world out there, and I mean that for the best. Don't get me wrong, when I came back, although I was depressed about coming back to the wind and rain and the job situation, it's still nice to come back to your homeland, Scotland, you know, and I'm saying I would move out to the States. I don't know whether I would. If I had the money, then it's something I would think about, but because I don't have the money, it's not something that's ever likely to happen. I don't think the wife would move out there anyway, so yeah. But amazing holiday. I mean, if you get the opportunity to go to America, by all means take it. It is literally a holiday of a lifetime, and we're going to make plans to get back out there. Hopefully, 2 or 3 years time. Again, going with the job situation. If I get a job right away, then I'll be able to start saving again. If not, then that's going to be put in the back burner for a while. But yep, I think that is everything, guys. That's the holiday. Had an absolute ball, as I've probably mentioned a couple of times. What did I buy myself? I didn't buy any. One thing I couldn't find when I was in the States was any video game shops. Couldn't see any at all. Couldn't see any game or anything. So I was a wee bit disappointed with that. I was hoping to maybe pick up some, I don't know, cheap DS, 3DS games, but that didn't happen. I'm just going to pause this, guys. Yeah, there was absolutely no computer shops to speak of, so I don't know what was going on there. But yeah, what did I buy? The only things I got, in fact, back into, I'm going to pause it again, back into, guys. In fact, I'll just let it run rather than keep pausing all the time. Back again. Right, the only 2 things I bought myself. Now you can probably get that in the States and elsewhere, but it's one thing that I loved about the States is they absolutely go to town when it comes to Halloween, or trick or treating as they call it. We were in a fancy dress shop or a Halloween shop, and some of the costumes were just unbelievable. In Britain, you're lucky if Asda stocks 1 or 2 Frozen outfits, and that's about it. But yeah, Universal have a thing called, what's it called? Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. Now I would have done that in a second. In fact, I probably wouldn't have, because I'd be too shit scared. My daughter wanted to do it, but my wife wouldn't let her, and the woman in the hotel kind of strongly recommended that she was too young. She's too young for that. But anyway, yep, so they really go to town at Halloween. So I thought it was only, you can see there, hopefully, Halloween. I thought it was only right and proper that I picked up one of these bad boys. There was a Walking Dead one which looked really smart, but I just think that's well wicked. Yep, got that. And no other kind of geeky thing I got myself. Not 1, but 3 of these bad boys. It's the DeLorean cars out of Back to the Future. Now, you probably can't really see this very well because it's really dark. They're die-cast metal. That's metal. Got plastic around it, but they look super detailed. I mean, I don't know if you can see that at all. There's actually one for each of the 3 films. It's hard to actually see what the difference is. My wife couldn't understand why I wanted all 3, but you can see there they've got slightly different bits underneath. Not underneath, on top I should say. And then this one here, I think this was the 3rd one. The 3rd one had this thing, this kind of computery type chip thing on the front of the car. But they're really smart looking. Now, a question for you guys. I don't know if you can see this. It's got these big dirty plastic things stuck to the bottom. Now there's actually screws which you can unscrew, or so I thought, but when you try and unscrew it, it just continually turns. I haven't a bloody clue how to get this plastic thing off the bottom of the cars. So as you can probably see, I've got them on all three cars. All I've done is tear around the cardboard. So it's bloody annoying. I don't know how. I don't want to force them in case I end up breaking something. But yeah, got these little DeLorean cars. They look the dog's bollocks. So yeah, that's it, guys. I think that is it. Oh, the only other thing I got. Oops, it's not nothing to do with games or anything like that. I've got myself a nice little watch from Hard Rock Cafe. Quite smart. It's only $45, so. Anyway, listen guys, that is it. Please bear with me. Please bear with me when it comes to the making videos. I do know that you are very patient, and I do appreciate that. I just want to keep you lot in the loop as far as sort of job and that goes. Once I get over this hurdle, things will get back to normal. I mean, I do intend to start making videos again. Maybe one every couple of days. I might try and make one tomorrow night or something, a sort of a mash-up, something like that. But as I say, once this job thing sorts itself out, which I'm sure it will do, then I'm intending to get things back to normal. And I do appreciate your continued support as always, guys. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Thanks.